Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. So, I kind of figured since I haven't done a Babble in a while, that I was going to do a Bonnie's Babble. I wanted to give you guys an explanation as to why I haven't been vlogging lately. I figured I owe it to you guys. You guys have been there for me and have stood by my side and watched my videos, my vlogs, and supported our family. So there's just been a lot going on. First of all, I am in the process of taking care of 3 little kittens that were brought to me. They were found in some bushes, which you'll probably see in a future vlog, me kind of explaining the whole situation. But I've had them for, I think, about a week now, and they're doing very well. So I'm very happy to say that. And just a lot's been going on. You know, it's been a busy past few couple months for us, and school's starting to end now. Well, school doesn't end here until June, but, you know, it's starting to wind down, and there's a lot of testing and a lot of banquets and this and that going on. So we've had a lot that we've been doing lately with school, getting stuff done for next year, getting prepared, Madison going into high school, and stuff like that. So, but there is some other things that have been going on in our personal lives that have kind of put me, I don't know how to say it. I've been kind of sad lately. I don't want to really say depressed, because I don't really think I've been depressed. I think I've just been like sad and heartbroken, and just trying to focus on doing what I can do for my children. And it's just been long and hard the past few weeks, having to deal with some issues. And you know, I wanted to give you guys an explanation. Maybe you guys can give me some advice, or just your support, you know, because we appreciate it. I appreciate it. And so as many of you know, all of you probably know that the kid's father and I are not together. You know, we're divorced, and throughout, since the kids were born, you know, we've always tried to co-parent in a different way, not like other families do, you know, where the dad lives separately and the mom lives separately. It started out, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to kind of like cut story short and all that, but it started out where I was in a very bad relationship before Craig. After my separation and before Craig, I was in a very bad relationship, and it was not healthy. It was not, it was very physical, and pretty much Junior came in and helped me out with the situation and got me out of there and got me away from that person. And you know, I really appreciated it. And we did live separately at first when we first separated, and when I was in that relationship, there was an incident that happened, and Junior pretty much saved my life. And after that, you know, I asked him to stay with me because I felt safe. You know, I've known my kid's father for many years, 20, 25 years. We went to high school together. You know, he lived across the street from my grandpa's house. We grew up as children together, but as teenagers together. And, you know, then we got married and we had children, and he was always the one person in my life that was that I trusted, because I can't say that I had a bad childhood, because I didn't have a bad childhood, but I had a bad teenage childhood, I should say. From the age of 12 and above, it was very bad for me. And it just, there's a long past there, and you know, I'm not going to get into it, you know, just because it brings up a lot of bad memories for me. But he was the one person in my life that probably knew more about me than I even know about myself. And like I said, you know, he was just somebody that I trusted wholeheartedly with everything, because we've been there through thick and through thin together, you know, through miscarriage, through fights and everything, you know. But at the same time, we just weren't good in a relationship together. Like, we weren't good as husband and wife. We were always really good friends, but not good when it came to being a couple. So, you know, things happened and we separated, and like I said, I was in that relationship and I asked him to stay with me, and I kind of continued that way. You know, I did my thing, he did his thing, you know, I worked, you know, and we just ran the household together. We slept in separate beds, and you know, that's how it was. And then I met Craig, and Craig and I got together, and my kids and their dad went down to Oklahoma. The summer I met Craig, the kids and their dad went to Oklahoma for a few months down by my dad's house for just like a summer vacation. And I stayed up here and continued to, you know, work, and I was looking for a new home, a bigger home. And like I said, I had met Craig, I was dating him. And so kind of that whole summer, you know, Craig and I had together to build a relationship. And by the end of the summer, we had decided to move in together. And the kids came home, and Junior came home with them. You know, their dad came home with them. And I decided that I was just going to continue to let him stay, you know. And Craig was okay with it. You know, they met, they became friends. And throughout the years, they become really good friends, you know. And they're like, you know, they're best friends too. So, you know, it was the three of us living together, co-parenting for many years. There were a couple times in there where, you know, Junior moved out, had girlfriends, you know, just kind of, you know, did his own thing. And then as recent as like 5 years ago, he decided to move to, he moved to Florida first, and then he moved to New Mexico. And it was just last year that he came back. I think I was already vlogging by the time he came back, so I was already vlogging. So I wasn't vlogging when he actually did come back, but anyway, so he obviously came back and stayed here with us. So throughout many, many years, you know, it was hard for him to find a job, and that was why he did leave. That is why he did go to New Mexico, was for him to find work and for him to establish his own thing, you know. And you know, we were very happy about it. We were very happy that, you know, he was going down there, he was getting a job, because here it was hard for him to get a job. I just know, you know, what is being told to me. You know, he was looking for a job. You know, I still let him stay here. I still fed him. I still, you know, paid for this, paid for that, did this, did that, for many years, for many, many years, you know. And that's just the way I am. You know, I didn't want my kids to be without their father. You know, I didn't meet my father till I was 12 years old. I did have a stepfather, you know, that pretty much basically raised me. That was like a father to me, and I still consider him like a father to me. But I did not want my children to miss out on having their biological father in their lives. And it was just it's something that I still feel strongly about, you know. Anyway, so fast forward to recently, he is now in a relationship, and he moved out, obviously. And we've never had a problem co-parenting before, ever, you know, with any relationships that he's had, or even when he was single. But I don't know, you know, I don't know what the difference is now, but a lot of things have happened, and there were things going on that I didn't like and agree with. There were things going on that the kids didn't like and agree with. You know, I have always raised them a certain way. I'm not going to get into a lot of detail. There was things going on that, like I said, I didn't agree with, and my children felt uncomfortable, and there was a confrontation about it. Different parenting styles, different views on things, and I think you know, the way I raise my children is my business, and I got very upset because their father knows how I feel about things and how I want them raised, and what I want them to see and not see. And he was totally, like, just didn't very care about, how I felt anymore. All of a sudden after 17, Isabel's 17 now, after 17 years, it was like, the tables had like did a whole total 360 turn. It was just odd. And so recently, in the past few years, he has been giving me monthly support for the kids, and there's always been a rift with that because I don't think he gives me enough for the children. They're teenagers, they're growing, they need things constantly, pads, shoes, clothes, personal hygiene things, whatever. There's homecomings, proms, pictures, there's so many things that come with teenagers, and I don't think he understood that, and he's, even his children, I mean, I supported them completely at that time, when they were children, 100%, until he started working and started helping me. But there's always been a rift with that, and it's been very hard to ask for anything extra. I don't know why. I don't know why. I can't speak for him, and I don't know. So when I do ask for, what he gives me, I always feel like an asshole, like I shouldn't have to feel that way because these are his kids too. I shouldn't be the sole one supporting them and helping them and doing things with them, and recently we made an agreement, that he was going to give me my support in the beginning of the month, and recently it came about to where he was telling me that I had to wait until the middle of the month, and he told me like last minute, days before I was supposed to get the payment from him, and it caused a big, huge fight. Because when we agree on something, I want those agreements to be followed. I don't want them to be broken, and recently they have just constantly been broken. Things that we've talked about, that we've agreed upon, it always switches, and I want my kids to have, I don't want them to have to worry about, well, why is this changing? Why is that changing? Anyway. So there was a big fallout, and there were a lot of things said to me, horrible things said to me, texted to me, that just completely ripped me apart and totally broke me to the core, because it was coming from the one person that I trusted the most, pretty much, besides Craig. A best friend, the father of my kids, somebody that I still care about, and love. Not in that way. I love him because he's the father of my kids, and I care about him because of that, and because we have this long number of years, type relationship. I don't hate him. I'm not gonna hate him. I can't hate him. He's my kid's father, and I want them to have that relationship. The kids feel they're older now. They're not children, but they know, they've grown up, and they know who's put the majority of the work in, and their relationship with their father is very strained. It was good. It was good for a while. It was real good, but it's now strained. I don't put the blame on anybody but him. And so, like I said, there's just been a lot going on with that, and I've been trying to, put my foot down, because I feel like I was taken advantage of for many, many years after this whole fiasco happened, and the things that were said. And I just feel like He played off my guilt of leaving him for a very long time. Because I felt bad, because I didn't want to have to do what I had to do back then, but it just wasn't going to work out. And I knew it back then. And I know it now. It's always been that way. When you know something, you know something. You're just not happy. And I wasn't going to sit there and make my kids unhappy and watch us fight all the time. That wasn't fair to them. And it broke his heart. It broke my heart, but it needed to be done. And I feel like he played on that guilt for many, many, many years and got away with a lot more than any other woman in this world probably would have taken. Because I don't think there's anybody else that would have done what I've done. I'm not one of those typical baby mamas, I never went to child support, and turned him in or anything like that. I always went on his word. So it's just been hard, and I've been kind of trying to just grieve. I guess that's the perfect word for it. Grieve, and know that what I'm doing at this point in time, because I have now contacted child support, and I have now requested a court date to be opened to go to child support, because I don't want to have to feel like I have to beg anymore. I don't want to have to feel like shit if I ask him for an extra $5 for a haircut for my son, because that's the way he makes me feel. And I just don't want to have to deal with it anymore. I'm too grown for that. I've got enough stress in my life raising 4 teenagers and having to deal with school and medical and I've got one going off to college tours, and there's so many things that he doesn't understand that need to be done and paid for, and I can't do it all by myself. And I'm not going to go out and beg the world to help me. But that is one of the reasons why we've been selling pens and the notebooks for our channel, is because we're trying to raise money for things like the college fairs and, her college program for Washington, which we're still short. I've been robbing Peter to pay Paul, I think that's how the saying goes, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm not sure, but I think that's how it goes. And I'm tired of it. It's not like, I'm asking for a lot. And he's more than welcome to do it on his own. He's more than welcome to take the payment to the school and pay the school, or take the payment here and pay that, or take them for a haircut, or take them to do this. He doesn't have to just give me the money and just think, oh, well, she's going to do whatever with it. No. And I've told him that. And it's just a big argument. And it's just, I'm over it. I'm over the guilt. I'm over everything. And I'm putting my foot down, and I am asking for what I deserve. And yeah, it's not pretty, and it's not going to be pretty. The further I move along in this situation, it's going to get worse. Unfortunately, not for me, but it's sad to say that. And I feel bad, because I feel bad for the kids, because they're not children. They're not stupid. They see what goes on. They know what goes on. Isabel's going to be 18. She's almost an adult. She's not stupid. And he doesn't realize that. He doesn't realize that it's the kids that are paying for what he wants to do to me. He wants to punish me. He wants to have nothing to do with me and punish me. But the kids are paying for it. The kids just went over there this past weekend, and we had an incident already. There's no reason why you have to make your children feel that they can't love their other parent when they're with you or the other parent. Like, they never have to feel like they can't love their dad when they're home. We tell stories all the time with their dad involved in it. We talk about their dad at least once a day. With a smile on my face. But that's not allowed at his house. It's like I don't exist the weekends they're over there. And that's sad. And my kids should not have to feel that way. And I hope they're watching this, because this is another reason why I'm doing this vlog, or this babble. Because I'm tired of it. And again, I feel like I owe you guys an explanation of what's been going on. So, I don't want to make this video like 40 minutes long, so I'm just gonna stop talking about it and just know that I am gonna be starting to vlog again and doing shout outs and doing all that, because I'm not gonna let this get me down, because I know I'm doing the right thing. And I think that for a minute there, I was feeling horrible. Like, I was just like terrified of standing up for myself and for my children. And then something clicked, and I just realized I shouldn't be terrified. I don't have to be terrified to stand up for my children and myself. I don't have to be treated that way. I don't have to be talked to that way. And it's time. It's time to move ahead to the future and get my children what they rightfully deserve, what they've deserved all these years. Because they went without a lot sometimes, because I just couldn't do it, and that's not fair to them. So that's what's been going on. It's already about 1:30, almost 2 o'clock now, so I'm gonna stop this video. I just got done eating lunch, and that was my babble. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry that I kind of went on a little rant, but I wanted to be specific and explain to you and give you that I don't want to be fake, you know. I don't want my vlogs to be fake. I don't want my videos to be fake. I want it to be real life, you know, and I want you guys to see how I feel and know how I feel. And just know that I was taken advantage of for a long time. That's the way I feel. And I'm just not going to let anybody do it anymore. And if that makes me a horrible person in your eyes, or his eyes, or their eyes, or whoever's eyes, that's fine. But just know I'm doing it for my kids. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you later today in the vlog. Oh, and there will be another vlog, kind of like random videos from the past week that I've been collecting, because I have been vlogging and doing some videos in this little time that I haven't been uploading anything. So there will be a random kind of type vlog coming up soon, maybe tonight, but I am going to be getting back to regularly scheduled stuff, so there will be a shout out video coming up as well. And yeah, so if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so yet, please click that subscribe button, and please share my videos with everybody. Thank you for listening to me rant, babble. I hope you have a great day. I will see you later.